follow, right? So the individual that's going to be dropping some bars and some nuggets on this call tonight has done that, okay? He's shown that he had proven, or he had shown and proven leadership, and that's how he was able to build skill sets and build the mentality to get to where he's at today, okay? You guys have to understand the difference between leadership and mentorship is basically the amount of time and success that you've actually put in and had, right? The amount of results that you've gotten out. Anybody in the industry, anybody in anything can step up and be a leader. It doesn't matter what you've done. If you have the mindset and the hustle and the heart, like I mentioned, you're going to be able to step up and lead people. But to transform into an actual mentor, you have to see results. You have to put in the hours and then get out the numbers, right? You have to actually see the proof in the pudding. You have to actually put the numbers on the charts. And that's exactly what this individual has been able to do. Not only by plugging into our new system with market hackers and the community, but by actually gaining a skill set over the past couple of years by learning from his mistakes, building on failures, okay? Not seeing success, not seeing instant gratification, but continuing to grind, continuing to put in the work and using those skills and other mentors that he had met inside the industry to build himself into someone who would be able to come on this call and give you guys that mentorship value, okay? He's someone that's transformed himself from just a leader to a mentor. And that's why, you guys, these calls are so important, because there's nothing wrong with just being a leader, right? We all start out as just really just a little tadpole, right? And then we all transform, and whoever takes action and gets themselves geared up to really run a business and scale a team, they become a leader. But then the test of time and the battle-tested results come out of actually seeing proof, actually obtaining the success and the value to be able to come on these calls and give the nuggets like this individual is going to be throwing down, okay? 7 years inside the industry, had never seen a six-figure income, cracked it this year, making multiple six figures within less than half a year. You understand it's because of the system and the skills that this individual has brought to himself, but then he's then translated that into the field. He's given that value on to other people, turned it into duplication, and actually been able to see the benefits on that on a financial side for himself, but also for the people around him. So make sure you have a pen and a paper, like I mentioned. Don't just plug some notes into your iPhone. Actually get out a pen and paper and really dive in to what this individual is going to share with you guys, because he has done it. Okay, he's actually done it. He's seen the results, and he's here to show that and share that with you guys. So without further ado, I want to bring on Mr. Donta Lewis. If you can unmute yourself and bring yourself on this call, man. We're super excited to hear you throw down. I know you got some fire stuff for us to hear, and I'm going to keep it brief and short, because I've learned that when you listen more, you can learn more. So I'm excited to hear from you, man. I got my notes here as well. Let's do it. Take it away, man.
Well, sheesh. Guys, thank you so much. Much appreciated, Casey. I want to just swing the love back to you. And I just say thank you and appreciate everything that we've been able to create together now, and with me, you, and then the four and everybody else. It's been really, really exciting. Before I say anything, bro, I got to give a shout out to, you did it for me already, Casey, but I got to give a shout out to my dog, Bickle, man. This boy, bro, can everybody put some threes and some number? I don't give a damn what you put in the damn chat. Put something in there for my man, Ryan Bickle, who just cracked the 10K a month income yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was. Much respect, bro. I love seeing people win, bro. It's literally like made my entire day. I was so excited. Me and Mario were like running around the house screaming. It was crazy. But much respect, bro. So I just want to start that off. And next is to really just set some expectations for this call. Somebody said, how do I get this shirt? Come to the events. But some expectations for this call are literally, I want to make sure that I'm talking to the right crowd. Like, this isn't necessarily, I think that sometimes in this space that we get confused between the importance of having a difference between customers and affiliates. Now, all of the affiliates who are a part of this should be customers, but that does not mean that every customer needs to become an affiliate. Does that make sense? So it's like, sometimes there's environments where you don't want your people to be in who are just here to utilize a great product, maybe get their 3 and free, maybe, but really just utilize the product and have a great time and an experience utilizing the services that we offer. So if somebody's like that, and you know right now that you have no interest in building residual income, you have no interest in, you know what I mean, a 5K, 10K, $1,000, and like, you don't want that part of this, you're not interested in the networking side of it, this isn't a call for you. And that's so okay. We had a call last night from 9 to 10:30 that Cam crushed all about every detail of the software. So it's like, we have different things that are for different people, and it's always about setting the proper expectations before you do anything, so that way everybody kind of knows what we're getting into. But am I talking to anybody right now who wants to do what Ryan Bickle just did yesterday? Does anybody on this call want to hit a 10K a month income? Are those the people that I'm talking to right now, so I can make sure that we can have the correct conversation that we need to have? So big time shout out to everybody on this call, and let's jump right into it. I have a question for you. So anybody on here, we do these calls now every Thursday. So I have a question for all of you leaders on here. Was anybody that's on this call right now on Mike Sancho's call last Thursday night? If you were on that call, can I get a 1 in the chat box? 1's in the chat box if you heard Mike Sancho's call, or you were in Miami and you heard him speak on the leadership panel as well. Were you on that call? Okay, so for everybody that just typed a 1, from the last Thursday till this Thursday, if you heard everything that Mike Sancho had to say and what he was talking about and what his message really was, just about your scheduling and all that, and if you don't already have a schedule built for yourself, if you haven't already at least made an attempt to change what you got going on in your daily schedule, you're missing out big time. You already missed the point, and you probably shouldn't even spend your time being on top of this call, because there's no point in learning things. There's no point in taking in information if you're not looking to immediately apply it into your life. You're better off not knowing at all. You're better off spending your time doing something that had like nothing to do with economy than being on a call learning about it and then not doing anything. Like nothing. If you're learning from somebody who's making 10K a month and they tell you exactly what to do and you don't take any action, it's like, what's the point? So my point is that the information that we're about to get into right now, if you don't have an intention on applying any of this kind of stuff, don't waste your time. So let's get right into it. Any call that I get into, I always want to start with gratitude. And gratitude is major, because gratitude is a seed for more. Like gratitude, when you're grateful, when you're thankful, you can literally attract more abundance into your life by simply being thankful for the things that we already have, especially the small things. And if you think about even the word, like we take small things for granted all the time. And I just had my mind blown earlier today. And even inside of the word small is the word all. So when you're thinking about the small things, realize that how you treat those small things is how you're going to treat all things. But I have a friend of mine who's actually another leader in another company. And he was showing me how he's like, I adopted a new child. And I was like, you adopted a new kid? Like, what? That's crazy, bro. He's like 24. And he's saying that basically there's like a group that it's in Africa to where these kids, they're like the life expectancy of these kids are like 17 to 19 years old for boys that are growing up in this village. And that's because they're either going to die of malnutrition or some kind of gang violence before they turn the age of 20. And for $38 a month, these kids get like a place to stay, they get food every day, and these kids don't even have shoes. So it's like, when we think about, okay, well, what are some of the things that I can be grateful for? It's because we're not even putting ourselves in understanding that the world is so much bigger than how we are living currently right now. And that there are thousands, millions, and even billions of people who don't even have access to internet. And we have access to some of these things and take it for granted. So when you start your day off, I start my calls, I start my day being grateful for this opportunity, for what we have and everything that's going on. And when you intentionally add gratitude into your life, you will be blown away by the things that are now abundantly attracted to it. So I called this call bamboo season because of, I'm sure most of you guys have heard the infamous bamboo story that's told in this industry all the time. For all the veterans, I'm sure you've heard it. For everybody who's new, here it goes in a very, very quick version. So there's a Chinese farmer and he plants a seed to grow a bamboo tree. You've seen a bamboo tree before, they're freaking huge. So this guy plants the seed, and then from that point on, he has to water his seed so that way he can go and the plant's gonna eventually grow. Well, he waters the bamboo tree for 5 years consecutively every single day, and at no point in time did it even break the surface of the ground. But 5 years and 1 day go by, and now in the next 2 months, it grows up to 80 feet. So the question is, did the bamboo tree grow over the course of the 5 years that he was watering it, or over the course of the 60 days when it shot up to, 80 feet? And my point of bringing up that story is 2 reasons. One, you got to know my point of that story, usually the point that's going over is to stay consistent and to keep working hard and to imagine that, just stick to it and eventually your breakthrough's going to come. Like, that is the typical point. But I actually got into an argument with a guy, it was my YouTube comments not too long ago when I posted that story, and he messaged me and he said that he doesn't think that story is accurate because it's telling people to continue to work hard and continue to do actions even though they're not seeing a result, and to keep doing them. He's like, that's the definition of insanity, is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. And for a slight second, I was like, he kind of has a point. But here's the thing. If you look at it from the fact that If you look at it like when you don't already know the end result, then the day-to-day actions seem a little bit confusing or may seem a little bit shaky. But if the farmer, if he had already, like, do you think that the farmer would have watered that thing for 5 years consecutively if he had never, ever seen a bamboo tree before in his life? Write in the comment chat, would the farmer have watered the tree over the course of 5 years if he had never seen a bamboo tree in his life? Never in his life. Absolutely not. So if he had never seen a bamboo tree, why would he water it over the course of 5 years? But my point is, he's clearly seen a tree before and had a vision of what an 80-foot tree had looked like. So now, because he already had that vision, the day-to-day actions that he's doing to get to that vision aren't insanity because the results aren't immediate. So me and this guy were having this conversation, and it really, really caused me to think a little bit differently about it and to put the focus of the story, not so much in the day-to-day work that he was doing to be able to get to the tree being, exploded. It's more so on the fact of the vision that he saw before he even started putting the work in and the vision of what he knew was possible. So what I want you to do is to take a deep think and a deep look at what is the bamboo in your life or specifically in your business. So we talk about Ryan, who just had a major breakthrough, just cracked 10K a month yesterday. What is that breakthrough like in your business? So I want you to visualize, not visualize right now. I want you to write when you're by yourself, what does your bamboo tree look like? What is yours? So I know for me that ever since the day I drove a Tesla, probably about a year ago now, I drove a Tesla. It was my first time ever even sitting in a Tesla. It was one of the nicest ones out. And since that day, I've had it in my brain that the next car I buy is going to be a Tesla. I tell people about it all the time, like, dude, I'm going to buy a Tesla. I saw it. I like it. I want it. So you need to know the things that you want and that are going to blow your own personal mind, or the things that if you had a major breakthrough in your business that you would actually be able to have access to tapping into now. So if you were making $10,000 a month, what kind of options would you be able to have now? What kind of things would you be able to do that you don't have the ability to do right now? Those kind of things you need to put at the forefront of your mind. That's your bamboo tree. So the thing is that, okay, so the farmer saw the bamboo tree and now he got told or taught how to exactly water it every single day. So what you do once you have that vision is you come to calls like these to get mentored and to get taught exactly how to grow a business to 10K plus. But you can't go get that information from somebody who actually hasn't done it. I hate when I see people who talk about things that they've never experienced. So I was like, I can't tell you guys how to get to a 10K month plus income or 20, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever somebody is teaching you, you need to make sure that they've actually already experienced it and they've already done it. So I want to put the emphasis of the story on the vision more so than the work that's required, because the work will never get done if you don't have the vision. So we define the word vision. You literally Google right now, definition of vision. This is what you're going to get. Did it earlier today. So one is the faculty or state of being able to see, which is sight. Or two, the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom, which is where we are at, which is where we are sitting at. The ability to think about and plan the future with imagination and wisdom. So once you have a vision, you see that compensation plan and you see yourself being able to make a $10,000 plus a month income. That is your vision, attached with everything that's going to come along with it for the things that's going to mean inside your personal life. More time freedom, more ability to travel, nicer things, better food, all those things that come with making that kind of money. That is your vision. So what you need to do, and what a lot of leaders in this industry will always get you to do, is to try to figure out creative ways for you to keep that vision in front of your face. Because if you're not seeing it, it's not actually happening for you. So they'll tell you, you can write a goal card, keep the goal card in your wallet, or put your vision as your background on your phone, or get a vision board, or get like, these are why people tell you to do these things, because they're trying to get you to keep that vision in front of your face, which is another reason, in front of your face, which is another reason I wanted to name this called Bamboo Season, because the easiest way for me to remember what my vision is, as soon as I can't even see the word bamboo and not think about what the bamboo is in my life. So if you change the narrative of what it is you're looking at, you can literally just say I got Bamboo Season on the back of my phone now, because like when I see that, it instantly reminds me of what it is I'm going for, what it is I'm chasing, and what it is my life is going to look like when I hit my bamboo breakthrough. But if you don't know what that looks like, if you haven't spent any time, a lot of you guys are spending too much time trying to figure out what to say to people as opposed to the reason of why you're saying it. Where are you going? So there's no magic script that makes everybody sign up. It's just about a vision and a commitment to follow these specific action steps that multiple people in this industry who have done this for years now are going to tell you to do in a different way or different form. So they're going to tell you, there's no secret. So it's really more important about locking in and tightening up on your vision. Write this down. The invisible things are what create the visible things. So your vision, you can't see it physically. Right now, I'm not driving a Tesla right now. So I can't see it physically if I'm driving a Tesla. But I understand that invisible vision that's here is what that's what's going to begin to be able to make that a reality if I start to envision it up here when it's not even real. So it's like, it's major. It's kind of like, you ever heard the quote by Nicholas Sparks? He says, love is like the wind. You can't see it, but you can feel it. I feel the same exact way about faith, gratitude, and vision. I feel the same way. It's not like you can touch it or you can like hold on to it, but you damn sure can feel it if you tap in. And it's like people try to act like these things aren't even real, but you have to understand that you want the answers about the activity of what you should be doing as opposed to the reasons why. But when you tap in, you'll realize that the faith, your vision, your gratitude it drives my work. That is what pushes me. That is what drives my work. And Sancho has a Facebook status that I saved because it was so fire. He said, what did he say? I thought I wrote this down. He said, the further down the line you can see, the smarter your short-term decisions will be. Fire. So just the truest thing in the world. It's saying the same thing. If I can see that I want to make $100,000 a month in the next 3 months, then what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis is automatically going to change. But if you're not thinking about those things and keeping them on the forefront of your brain, it will easily become a broken of focus. And a break of focus is the fastest way to failure. When you stop being locked in, when you're just so close and you take your eyes off the target, those kind of things will slow you up big time. So I want to make sure that you guys are tapping in and that you really, really lock in on your vision. So like I said beforehand, though, my vision drives my activity. My vision drives my work. My vision drives my day-to-day. So it's like, what's the work? And a lot of times people may not know the work. People may not understand how to prospect. We say, what's the work, bro? We're building a network marketing business, which means that it is your responsibility. If you want to you're not going to make $10,000 a month by finding 3 people who are all going to go put in 1,000 people in your business. And you're just all of a sudden going to be rich. If that's what you think this is going to work out as, I promise you it's going to go a different way. So the only way to actively grow your business is to get into the trenches and be able to begin that. And it doesn't matter where you're at right now. Your current situation of your back office is damn sure not the final destination of your back office. So what you're looking at right now, I don't care if you have 0 people enrolled yet. I don't care if you got 300 people enrolled yet. It doesn't matter. When you step up and take some of these actions seriously, it will, one, set the tone for you personally. But then if you do have a small team, it's going to set the tone for them too. I've been locking in and working really, really closely with a lot of my team now for probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks, as I've been able to move into my new home. And I can see what's going on every single day and different people popping ranks and all that because I am invested at another level. So it's like I don't put my business in anybody else's hands. I keep it in my hands. So I know what it is that I need to do every single day to control the narrative as much as possible. And everything else after that is out of my own control. But I'm going to control every part of this that I can control. And I'm going to put my faith to the rest. So when you have faith, the only way to increase your faith is by 2 ways. One, hearing. So whatever it is that you have trying to believe in right now, if you want to make $10,000 a month, you need to be getting yourself in environments to hear from people who made $10,000 from $10K a month as much as humanly possible. Literally by any means necessary, hearing from these people as much as you can. And then 2, being grateful for what you already have. Because if you look at it like, oh, well, I'm an ambassador 1500 right now and I want to make 10K like Brian, and you're looking at it from a point of comparison, then you've stolen your joy. And now you're not moving forward in your business thinking about it like that way. You have to think into abundance. Everybody in this company can hit legend and there'll still be people left on planet Earth. So realize that there's space for all of us to be able to eat. But if you look at it in a way of comparison, you're stealing your own joy. You're not ever going to be able to experience what that person has experienced. So what's the work? I wasn't going to do this, but I think I got some extra time. Can I do like a quick 10-minute, 12-minute training on prospecting? Y'all want that or not? We can save that for another call. Anybody want any prospecting nuggets? I did this training earlier today and it came out pretty good. Sweet. Let's do it. Okay. So we're going to keep this really, really quick. All right. So when you're prospecting, so right now, if you're not actively recruiting people into your business, that is a problem. If it has been more than a 2-3 week period of time to where somebody's used your link to enroll into the business, you're missing out. You're not taking enough action. You're not doing enough. So it's like, what do we need to be doing to do more? And a lot of times people get stuck because people don't tell them what to do. They just say, go recruit. How does that help anybody? some people need it broken down every single step. So we're going to do that for you real quick in 2 ways. One, if you're somebody, this is your first experience in network marketing, so you've never had any opportunity to where you've made a list, you've reached out to people, you've exposed them to a business, and that conversation between you and your warm market, which means people that you know from high school, people that you work with, people that you know in general, if that conversation has never happened, then this next 3 to 4 minutes is just for you, meaning that you have a fresh, warm market list of people that you've never reached to about an opportunity before. Are there any first timers on this call? Are we all vets? Because if we all vets, we can go to step 2. But is anybody on this call who's never made a list of 100 people or reached out to people in the business or never exposed the business to anybody before? And like, though, if that's you, then I have something for you. If that's not you, we can go right to step 2. All right, I see a couple me's in here. So for the me's, your first step is you need to get a list. If you're trying to listen, this isn't for the people trying to make Ambassador 600 kind of money. You have an opportunity to come into your first business and literally become a 6-figure earner in the first 2 years the business even is open. That's game-changing kind of information. So with that, how do you capitalize on this 100%? You need to make a list of at least 200 to 300 different people. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to do it all tonight or immediately. It kind of happens over time. For me personally, I used a memory jogger. So memory joggers are good. You can find them all over Google. Just look up network marketing memory joggers. They'll pop up. You can click one and it'll give you a bunch of hints like old basketball coach or your accountant from 2007. Like, you know what I mean? Random things that are going to spark your mind to people that you can be able to prospect. But utilizing a memory jogger is major. So you have that now. You get your list of 200 to 300 people. If you're still concerned about making that list, you're scared, you're nervous, you're indecisive, those things are all a reality. But the sooner you start, the only reason you're feeling that way is because you're worried about what somebody else is going to say when you reach out to them. That's the only reason, that's the only fear that comes from. So it's just as soon as you can get over and stop giving a shit about how other people feel about you and realize that they're not going to be the ones paying your bills, and that when you reach $10,000 a month, they're going to be coming to you asking for advice, asking for help and all those things. Remove that fear and that care about what anybody else has to say. All of those are just emotions. Emotions are going to slow you down and stop you in this business. Remove your emotions from it, just like we took AI and removed emotions from trading. Emotions hold you back in business and success. Hold on one second. My bad, roommate just came home. But your emotions will literally hold you back from so much. So I want you guys to make sure that you're taking your emotions out of this completely. So when you have your list now, there's 3 different approaches that I use and that I've been trained. I didn't make any of this up. This is stuff that I've studied over the years. The 3 main approaches, everybody who's a vet knows them. But if you're new, you don't know how to approach. You have a list of 200 people. What do you actually go and say? This is what you said. You have 3 different approaches. So you have your list. The first thing I would do is rank everybody on my list. Everybody gets a 1, a 2, or a 3. A 1 is somebody that I feel like I have an influence over, meaning that this is somebody usually younger than me or somebody that looks up to me or somebody that you know from the conversation, it's like a big bro, little bro kind of a relationship. Not to say that you're better than them, but to say that you have an influence over them, okay? Those are your 1s. So people that like, you guys know what I'm saying. Number 2s are people that you feel like are your peers, people on the same level as you, people that are very, very much in the same maybe financial space and kind of same just generality in life. Those are your 2s, people like you're very much peers. Your 3s are like your mentors, people that you look up to, people that are like your big bros, your mentors, and people that your uncles, people that are older than you, stuff like that. Those are your 3s, okay? When you rank all 3 of them, now you can go between your different invite and approaching scripts to be able to go at these individuals. So when I say go at, I mean just prospect them. And it's not like, it's not even, there's nothing wrong with prospecting people. It's really all about how you do it. As long as you're in control of that narrative, you'll never get the, don't leave me alone. Like none of that stuff really happens to me because I go about pretty much every exposure the right way and I'm unemotional about it. So your first option is the direct approach. The direct approach works mainly on your level 1 people and sometimes on your peers, depending on your relationship with them. So your direct approach is when you're not really like trying to mask or like hide the fact that we're building a network marketing business right now. So you're not like trying to be slick about it. You can just be straight up and say, listen, like if this is somebody that you have an influence over, you can text them right now and say, hey, what's going on, so-and-so? They text you back, hey, listen, I found a way for us to really boost our cash flow. Straight like that. Or you can say, hey, I'm launching a new business and I really want you to take a look at it. Or, hey, I've teamed up with a company, they're expanding in your area, I want you to take a look. Or I found something really exciting and you're one of the first people that I called. These are all different direct approach scripts that you can say to somebody to pique their interest to then get them to the next step of the sequence. So that's literally the easiest way. Your level 1 people are so easy because you already have an influence, so they're usually just going to say, yeah, what's good, tell me what's up. So your next approach would be your indirect approach. Throughout my 7-year career, this is definitely the one that's worked the best for me because I'm only 25. So I'm usually talking to people that are older than me. And a lot of times when I try to allow that person to feel like they're the mentor, allow that person to feel like they're doing me, like not doing me a favor, but they're like helping me out as opposed to like me trying to like recruit them, it works a lot better. So the indirect approach works because you're taking the pressure off of that person as opposed like when you say, hey, listen, I got an idea for us to make money, there's pressure on that person to say, yeah, I want to find out any more information. But if you come to somebody and you say, hey, listen, a friend told me that the best thing I can do in starting a business is to have some people I respect take a look at it and give me some guidance. Would you be willing to do that for me if I made it simple? Boom. You ask somebody that who you know and who's, you know what I mean, maybe on the same level as you, or maybe even a level 3. This works great for 3s. So it's like you hit somebody with that. Now imagine their mindset. It's like, okay, I'm not doing this to get signed up into a business. Just somebody asked me, you know, for a favor to check something out, and I'll let them know if it's a good idea or not. Your job in this isn't to go convince people to enroll. Your job in this is to expose people to the products that we have. You want to expose people to the vision that we have. It doesn't, whether they enroll or not, is not, that's not up to you. You will never control that. All you can control is how many people get their eyes on this opportunity and hear this vision. So after that point, so your first approach is your direct approach. Your second one is your indirect. And your third one is your super indirect. But your indirect approach, like I said, is very much of you playing off of that person as opposed to trying to directly recruit them. So you can say something like I said the first time, you can say like, hey, I'm thinking about getting started in a business I can run from my home. Would you check it out and let me know if it's real? Like you can go so many different ways with the indirect approach, but your point is you're taking the pressure off of that person. Your super indirect approach, this works on anybody because it's going to go the same way no matter what. You can literally come up to somebody and say, hey, listen, this is my, I love the super indirect. I don't do it for everybody because I feel like it's a risk, but like I like it a lot. So when I hit somebody with a super direct approach, I would literally say, hey, listen, like this really isn't for you, but I'm just starting with a new project right now. And I'm looking for some people who are sharp, who are ambitious, and who are money motivated. Can you refer me to anybody? So if I hit you up and I ask you to refer me to somebody else who's money motivated and ambitious, and I don't even ask you anything about it, how do you think you're going to feel? You're like, damn, like I'm money motivated, I'm ambitious, what's good? So it's like, because of that, that's the curiosity that you're trying to create. So now that person is going to be like, all right, well, like, yeah, but what is it? Like, what's up? So now we're going to direct approach, indirect approach, super indirect. First one, you're directly at them. Indirect, you're kind of playing with it. And super indirect, you're like very, very vague. Regardless, as soon as they say, yes, I'll take a look. Yes, I'll help you out. Yeah, whatever you ask them, as soon as they say yes, your next step is if I, would you? If I sent you a video with some more information, would you watch? If I added you to a Facebook group that kind of explained it, would you take a look? If I, would you? That way it's never like you send somebody some information and they never take a look at it because they never had any value in it. But if you go, if I, would you, there's a value exchange. If I do this, will you do this? Not I'm going to do this and hope you check the video out. Control the narrative and have posture. So when you have like that conversation, if I, would you always works. It always works. Every time I've ever said it, it works because they've already acknowledged that they want to learn more information about it or whatever. Exactly, Gracie, GoPro. This is nuggets that you guys need to be knowing, but I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of this stuff. So you want to always go with the if I, would you. As soon as they say yes, because I'm guaranteeing you that 98% of people are going to say yes if they already said that they're going to check out whatever it is. You hit them with if I, would you. After that, you then go to, you get the confirmation. A lot of times they say yes. If I send you a video, would you take a look? They're going to say yes, and then you shoot them the link too soon. You want to get the confirmation of when they're going to be able to actually watch it. So you ask them, hey, it's only 15 minutes long. When's a good time you think you'll see it for sure? You ask somebody that, what are they going to say? All right, get off work at 7:30, or I'm ready right now, or I can do it tomorrow, or whenever that is. No matter what, you don't send that video, though, until 10, 15 minutes before that time is. So it's like, somebody just asked, what are you sending? There's a video that you guys have in your back office. If you go under Global Marketing Machine, there's literally a video there of Sal breaking down the new slides with the app and all the details in there. So you can go to your Global Marketing Machine one and use that funnel in there. Impact Team, you guys already know is good. But then you plug them into the results group immediately after that, regardless. Whatever you send them, you automatically add them into the results group after, so that way they can see that, and that's like a constant follow-up for you. But, so you ask that person, what time would they be willing to watch it for sure? You ask them for sure, they tell you what time. You as you're a business owner now, so it's your responsibility to mark down on your calendar, tell Siri, tell whoever that, okay, John said at 7:15 he's gonna be able to watch the video, so I need to send John the video at 7:05, 7:10, or whatever that is. But a lot of times we don't do that. We're just lazy. We're just, all right, well, John said he watched, I'm gonna send it to him right now. I hope he gets to it. No, be professional. So it's like, if you control that narrative and you don't send him that video until when remember, they set the appointment. You didn't tell him 7:30. He told you 7:30. So it's like, you know that he's available and you didn't make that up. So if you send it at that point in time, you're in control. So it's like, you as the affiliate, you want to be in as much control of this whole scenario as possible, because what? You want to control what you can control. What you can't control is if they actually pull the trigger or not. But everything else is all up to you if you take it seriously. So that is a game-changing way to do that. Boom, at that point, send them the video, add them to the Facebook group, give them an investor password, all those follow-up things. My point is that if you don't have a list of 200 or 300 people doing that already, you're behind the 8 ball and you're slacking on your own 6-figure income. So if you've never already done that, please go ahead and knock that out. Somebody said, can you say where the video is again? The video is in your back office if you're an affiliate, on the left-hand side under materials and then global marketing machine. One of those on the left. It's there somewhere. It's in there. Go find it. For those people who are like me, though, who are in the NFL, when I say no friends left league, who can't just make a list of 200, 300 people that I've known from high school, because I've been doing this for a while. I'm sure the Sanchos and the Sarahs and the people who've been in this for a while kind of know how that feels, to have already exposed a lot of your warm market beforehand. So you kind of need something new. This script works for me very, very, very well on social media. And I use social media, obviously, because social media has billions of people on it, so it's easy to be able to get direct access. But my favorite part is that I can target where it is that I'm marketing. Example, right now, I'm having an event in London in 3 weeks. What do you think I'm in Atlanta? So I have a huge team in Atlanta now and a big team in London. What do you think I'm doing? I'm intentionally prospecting and recruiting in those 2 specific areas. So it's like the easiest way for me to do that via social media is I only use 3 methods. I use Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and then Bumble Business, depending on the area. But so when I'm marketing to these areas specifically, this is non-ads. I run ads too, but this is completely different. This is for somebody really trying to have their first breakthrough. So without ads, literally I'm going and if I'm on Instagram, I'll go to hashtags or I'll go to locations up top, and you can pick a location. Let's say I'm in Atlanta. So I'll go to Atlanta. I'll now go and look at profiles of people who posted they were in Atlanta recently. So I'm going to look for a kind of person who I think will want to join my business. You got to realize that even though our business is like anyone can join it, it's still not for everybody. And I'm looking for a specific kind of person to be able to work with. So I'm not dealing with a headache if I enroll. I hate enrolling, but I still want to enroll everybody into the business. No, I'm retired from that. Like, there's only a certain kind of person that you need, because some people will be a hassle. So he said, how do I prospect on IG? I mean, if this is cold, so if I'm like, this is not me already running a poll or doing any attraction marketing, none of that. This is straight cold. So I go down, I'll find a profile in Atlanta. So I know this person is in Atlanta already. And then now I'm going to follow an 8-step system to be able to invite this person to the business. Y'all ready for the 8 steps? I'm doing them real quick. Cool. First step. First step is a voice message. So it's going to be 9 steps. It's got to be a voice message. No more texting back and forth. No. A voice message, because if I'm getting it, I put myself in those person's shoes. If I'm receiving a message from somebody and I can see it says, hey, Donta, I want to show, I'm already over it. You don't even know me. I'm good. Like, I don't want to even open that or read that. But if I see a message and it's some text that I can't even, you good, buddy? But if it's some text that I can't even, if I go and it's text that I can't read and it's something that I have to actually click and open, the chances of me actually doing it are much, much higher. So if it's a voice note, that's key, because the person's likelihood of them opening the message, which is what you want, is a lot higher, because there's curiosity involved. Remember, we're playing on curiosity a lot here, which is why you don't want to give them too much information too early. You want them inquiring. So what you actually say, step 1, you will always acknowledge their name. If you're on Facebook and LinkedIn, it's really, really easy. On Instagram, you might have to look a little bit, depending on, I mean, some people be thinking they're too cool with their names or whatever. So it's a little bit more difficult, but try to find something to acknowledge their name. Step 1 is you acknowledge their name. Step 2, you acknowledge your name. So I literally say, hey, what's going on, Ryan? My name is Donta. It's the first thing that I'm saying, okay? So now, after step 1, their name. Step 2, my name. Step 3 is acknowledge the elephant in the room. What's the elephant in the room? The fact that they don't know who you are. You're messaging somebody who you have no idea who they are. They have no idea who you are. So let's get that out the way, because that's their first thought. Whenever you reach out to them, that's their first thought. I don't even know who this dude is. So it's like, they're like, they put you way behind, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to acknowledge that. So you say, okay, listen, hey, what's going on, Ryan? My name's Donta. And listen, I know you don't know me at all, but, or hey, I know you don't know me from a can of paint, but listen, I know we never talked before, but you're you're establishing that right then and there. So what's step 4? Now you establish how you ever interacted with them. Why are you on their page? How did you find them? Hey, listen, I was scrolling down Instagram and we're looking for some people who were living in the Atlanta area. So you know that this person lives in Atlanta already. Hey, I saw that you were in the Atlanta area. Hey, I saw your page and you said you were in Atlanta here. You're not guessing. They put it out there. So it's not weird that you saw it because they gave that information up. So their name, your name, acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is the fact that they don't know you. Boom, where did you find them? How did you find them? Sometimes I recruit based on like hobbies. So I go find basketball players and say, hey, listen, I see you with a basketball. I see, like, it's easy to be able to make this connection. So from that point is their name, your name, elephant in the room. Now we go to make the connection. So, hey, listen, I saw that your page, I saw that you're in the Atlanta area. That's number 4. Number 5 is, now that I saw that you're in this area, you want to make the connection as to why them being in that area or them being in that situation has any relevance to you. And what do you say? Okay, hey, what's going on, Ryan? My name is Donta. I know you don't know me at all, but I saw your page and I saw this post that said that you were in the Atlanta area. I'm already working with a lot of people in the Atlanta area who are having big time success. Major key. Don't forget that. Make the connection. So you can say, in London, I'm already working with a bunch of people in London. Or I'm already working with people who play basketball. I'm already working with people who do whatever. It doesn't matter. That's why it's so easy, because you can find somebody who wears Nike hoodies and say, hey, listen, I'm working with a bunch of people who love Nike. I see that you love Nike. What are they going to say? I hate Nike? No, they wearing a damn hoodie. So it doesn't matter. Like, what you're basing this on information that they put out there, not that you created mentally. They put this out there. So you use that play to be able to get the conversation started. So after you make the connection, that you're already successfully working with people in that field, in that space. What do we say next? The next thing you said, so now what are the steps? Their name, your name, elephant in the room, they don't know you. 4, make the connection as to how you found their page. 4, how you found their page. 5, make the connection. 6, make the invite. So now that you explained that you're already working with people in that area on a big time major project, all you got to do is say, would you be open to taking a look if I made it easy for you? Key in this point though, would you be open? I better not hear you or see you ask anybody else for the rest of your life, are they interested in anything? That is an automatic human reflection to say, nah, I'm not interested. You walking through the mall, somebody got a sample, somebody got on the side of the street trying to say something, nah, I'm not interested. Nah, I'm not interested. So you ask somebody, are they interested? Their human reaction is to just like, they just flag, they're not even acknowledging what's going on. They're just finding their way to flag you and get out of that situation. So it's like, what are we doing here? Controlling the narrative. We already know how a human brain is going to respond to that. But if you ask somebody, are they open? It's a lot easier for somebody to say, I'm not interested than it is, I'm not open. Everybody wants to be open-minded. So it's like, nobody wants to say, I'm not open. So they're at least going to hear you out. And you came to them professionally. You said their name. So it's like, you got to realize how many psychological plays that you're playing on here for just to get that person to say, I'm interested in taking a look. But I'm sorry, I want to take a look. So next, you ask them you make the invite. Would you be open to taking a look at the project I'm working on if I made it easy for you? Cool, does that make sense? Make sense? Last 2 steps. Boom, you give them a way out. So after you ask them, are they open to taking a look at this? And this is all in a voice note that's going to be 30 seconds long. After you ask them, are they open to taking a look, you give them a way out. If not, it's all good. It's no biggie. I know you don't know me anyway. Boom. Now it's kind of funny because it's like, oh, damn, like he doesn't even care if I do this or not. So it's like now, as opposed to you coming off like you're begging and you're salesy, like anytime that I post certain hashtags on my Instagram, there's 10 people in my DM saying, hey, bro, check this offer out or check this information. You know what I mean? There's people just trying to sell you immediately. None of them come to me with a voice note that's correct like this. If they came to me like this, I would at least listen. I'd at least hear what it is, because you came to me professionally, which shows me that you're trained, which shows me that you're not a bullshit networker out here that is just slinging links and saying anything. So it's like it establishes a level of professionalism in you and how you approach people, and then control the narrative from that point on out. I hope that makes sense. Your last thing that you want to say to them is, let's stay, if not, it's cool, let's stay connected. So I'm on Instagram with somebody, I said, let's stay connected. I'll follow them, like 2 pictures, and then they're going to go to my page and then be able to be hit by all the attraction marketing stuff later on and down the line. But a lot of times they're like, yeah, dude, what is it? Like, what's up? That's you ask them. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? How you doing? My name is Donta. Listen, I know you don't know me from a can of paint, but I see that you're out here in London. I want to let you know that I'm working with a bunch of people right now in the London area who are crushing it with this new project that I'm working on right now. Would you be open to taking a look at it? If not, it's no big deal. I know you don't know me anyway, but regardless, I just followed you and liked a couple pictures, bro. Let's stay connected. Next, I don't give a shit if he opens it. I don't care if he responds. I don't care about none of that. It's not going to get better than that. So that is what I'm saying to people. And then from that point, you go through the process. If he says, yes, I'll take a look. What do? If I, would you, same process as everybody else. Simple. Does that make sense? Can we move on? So we talk about action steps. Action steps are, okay, now that you have the script, everybody who are all 106 of you now have this script. How many of you actually are going to go and send that message out to 10 people a day for the next, you know what I mean? Like however long. That's the difference. So it's like sometimes I don't even like wasting my energy on teaching people that, because next week you're going to be on this call again, wondering why your business isn't growing. You get your business in bamboo growth by taking bamboo-like action. When you say, what does watering the bamboo tree look like in your life, in your business? If you want to reach $10,000 a month, these are the action steps. This is walking out to the plant, watering it, which is reaching out, going through the process of following up, staying organized, get like all of that is a part of it. But a lot of times people act like they just like, why can't I talk to people? What do I do? I just told you everything for warm market and everything for cold market and social media, which is what it is that we do. Can I get back to the real lesson and continue? We good? Cool, perfect. Open my notes back up. Y'all just threw me off. Oh, lastly, which is major, you have to intentionally, because you're talking about vision. When I talk about vision, we talk about work. And a lot of times people act like they don't know what the work is. So I had to explain what the work is, and let's get back to the vision. So now it's all about intentionally expanding your vision. So one thing that I want to tell you guys that's major is that I remember 2 years ago, I was making $600 a month. And in the picture that was on this flyer, if you look at the picture that's on this flyer for this call right here, to the left of me, you see it says Network Marketing Pro. I had a mentor of mine buy me a ticket to this event called GoPro. And like, yo, when I tell you, my brain was literally like my mind was completely blown after being at this GoPro event, because I was around 10,000 other people who were all network marketers at a high level. There was over 1,000 six-figure earners. There was like people literally teaching, like it literally leveled up my game so much in 3 days. It was the best. Like, it was just the best experience I've ever had. And what you need to be doing, I'm not even talking to you guys as if you're my team. Just most of you guys aren't even on my team. What you want to do is create, and you want to recreate experiences for your people that you're bringing into your business. Example, you know what it feels like to hit the first time you hit your weekly goal in your software, and you're like, damn, it's closed out, it's done. That feeling of like that dopamine, like, wow, the market's like, this is, you want to recreate that experience for as many other people as possible. So I know that for me, literally when I was making $600 a month, not having a breakthrough yet or none of that, I went to GoPro and I had a breakthrough in my own personal life and my own business that I want everybody in my organization and in any organization to experience. But the event is in less than 30 days and it's very expensive to go to. So what I would advise is they are selling the pay-per-view for that event online for that event. So it's like, I think it's like $200. You can go in with a couple people on your team and be able to have this and be able to watch these nuggets from some of the richest, wealthiest, most professional, and the best network marketers in the entirety of the world. So now you'll see the fact that $10,000 a month isn't even a lot if you hear from these people. It's not, like, it's really not a lot. But what's that going to do? That's going to let you know that your what's possible for the bamboo and your bamboo tree that you're envisioning right now grows so much when you see people at that high of a level going at a much, much higher. You understand what I'm saying now? It changes once you have the ability, once you've seen more, once you've seen bigger things, once you've seen more than what you've already noticed. So if you've never plugged into a network marketing event where there's thousands of other people who do the same stuff that we're doing with way worse products and way worse compensation plans, and this is like going to Africa and being like, damn, like I get to wear shoes every day. I get to eat this every day. I get to have this. That's like going to a network marketing event sometimes, because you're walking around and you realize that people are struggling. They're selling drinks and shakes and potions and lotions and all types of stuff. And they have to do so much more than what we have to do. And we get paid way more, and our product pays us. So it's like, when you have those experiences, it's going to change your life. It's going to blow your mind. So I would highly advise to lock in with your team, and I'm going to be there. So if anybody wants to come out there and link up, I will be at GoPro. Probably about 6 or 7 of my leaders will be out there with us. If you want to slide to the West Coast, it's in Vegas. I would definitely advise. We could definitely link up. Otherwise, I highly advise getting on the pay-per-view. That will be majorly important. Last couple things I want to touch on is just like how you look at your business right now has to change. So like what you're looking at right now in your back office and what you see has to actually change. And one of my mentors said this to me yesterday or 2 days ago, and it just blew my own brain. He said that if you treat the available supply as the desired supply, the available supply will become the desired supply. You know what that means? You understand what I'm saying? So if you treat what you have like what it is that you desire, what it is that you have will eventually become what you desire. Meaning that if I'm looking at my business and I got 14 people in my business and I don't talk to them, I don't know their goals, I don't help them build, I don't help them grow, I don't know anything about them, how do you think that you're going to be able to grow a business and be able to be responsible for multiple hundreds of people? So it's like you have to treat what you have right now. Just like the same way my mom used to tell me, treat your car like she used to be like, I'm not buying you a car because you need to get your own car because you're going to take care of it and treat it like the car that you eventually, you know what I mean? So it's like my mom was very, very much on that same kind of a mindset. So when I say that to you guys, I really want you guys to take heed to that. And I want you to understand that, like, think about your business. And now think about yourself in the mindset of somebody who's making 10K a month. Is Sancho on this call still? I wonder if he's still on. I don't know. But regardless,
yeah, call, bro.
My God. Bro. So Sancho, I'm going to ask you 3 questions real quick. Can you hear me?
All right.
So So now, Sancho is an elite 10K about to crack 25K.
Yes, sir.
Close. So Sancho, now that you're here at this point in your life, do you get as upset when people tell you no about joining your business?
I don't get upset at all. I honestly feel bad for them that they don't understand the opportunity.
Exactly. So it's like, but there's people though who are ambassador 600s trying to get 1,500, that because that person didn't join, they're pissed off and they're freaked out because that person told them no. But if you're looking at your business like what you're desiring, if you treated what you already had like you're desiring, you wouldn't think about it like that. But only somebody.
Bro, I'm happy when they tell me no. I'm like, okay, perfect. On to the next one. I don't got to waste my time with you anymore.
Exactly. So Sancho, 2 last questions. Next one is, so since you're now at Elite 10K, would you or do you show up to as many calls and events as humanly possible?
Every single one that I can get to. Every single one that I can get to.
It's so simple, but people who haven't ranked up at all yet or at apprentice or 600 and you're figuring out how you're trying to get to the next level and you're like, oh, I can't afford to make it to an event or I can't afford to do. If you had 10K a month though, you'll be able to afford it. So you have to treat what you already have, your current supply, like your desired supply.
The top earners are at all the events, bro. I remember literally like overdrafting my bank account to get to conventions and literally splitting hotel rooms with like 5-6 people, bro. Whatever it takes.
It's the truest thing in the world, bro. It's the truest thing in the world. So lastly, directly related to economy. So as somebody who is an elite 10K, would you be pressuring your people that you enroll to be more aggressive with their settings so they get excited and recruit more people? Or would you instill the principles of consistency and long-term conservative growth?
Conservative growth all the way, bro. We don't want anybody blowing accounts. Literally, I mean, nobody in this company has hit the compound effect yet. We've only been running the software for about 6 months. Wait until we hit 18 to 24 months, and we have track records of people who have literally turned like 5K to like 200K. Game over, bro.
It's going to be insane, bro. It's going to be insane, bro. So I appreciate you, Sancho. I just wanted to ask some people. I just want to ask somebody who knows what it feels like.
You killing it, bro. You killing it. I got my notes right here.
Bro,
y'all need to take notes. This man is killing it. Y'all need to take notes.
Appreciate it. So much respect to Sancho. My point is just that you need to treat your business right now, regardless of where it's at, the same way Sancho treats his business. So the same way he responds to prospects, the same way he shows up at every event, the same way those things are happening. If you do those things now, you will expedite your process to them. So lastly, or second to last, my question to you all is, if you ranked up tomorrow, whatever your next goal is, if you hit that goal tomorrow, would the market hacker community be surprised or would they have expected it? And that question is it brings some turmoil inside of you if you haven't been doing anything, you haven't been putting in any work. So it's like people like Bick or people like Tyler and Sarah or people like Sancho that you see at events, that you see at calls, that you see putting in the work, that you see actively recruiting, that you see doing all these things. These are the same people who are having growth and stuff inside of their businesses. So it's like, it wouldn't be a surprise to me if any of the people that I just named smack their next rank tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised at all. I'd be like, damn, like it's about time. Like that's the kind of things that happen when you see the work that they're putting in. So at the end of every day, what you should ask yourself is, okay, well, in my business, am I doing things that would have me expecting to hit my next rank or surprised if I did? Are the actions that I'm taking, am I expecting my bamboo tree to go? Or am I going to be surprised if it breaks to the ground because I know I really didn't water it? That's what you really should be asking yourself, because that stuff, that puts the responsibility on you. So, and again, like, guys, it's freaking 48 days left in the year. As a matter of fact, it's 48 days left in the decade. How crazy is that? Like, think about the fact, like, think about where you were 10 years ago. Sandra just brought up the compound effect. Like, I was literally had that on here, Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. If you haven't read that book, must read. But what's possible in your business if you took it seriously over the next couple years, leading on to the decade? Does it really, is there even an end limit to how long we can push this thing? If it's going to continue to grow, we're going to continue to get what we need. Absolutely. Like, think about what's possible. Think about where you were 10 years ago and where you are right here, right now, today, and how much things have changed, and realize that the actions that you took in 2011, 2012, and how did they affect what you have going on in your life right now, and realize that you have the opportunity to take action steps as if it's 2020 right here, right now, to lead your 2020s. Great situation. So it's like, my advice for you is to take these days serious. Don't play. Don't waste any time. Tighten up your vision. So think, like, if I have anything I want you to stick with after this call, is to know what your bamboo looks like. What's your Tesla? What's your house? Whatever that is that 10K a month plus is going to provide for you, know what that is. So that way, when you get it, you already know what you're going to do with it. And it's more of an expectation than it is a surprise. Because when you're expecting something to happen, you're going to put the work in to make it happen. So if I'm expecting my bamboo tree to go, you're never going to have to convince me to water it, because I'm already expecting the result to happen if I go put in the work. But you won't put in the work if you don't have the vision, if you've never seen the tree before. Remember the concepts. I hope you guys take this stuff to heart. I hope you guys got some value. I'm gonna swing it back to Casey. Casey, you can go ahead and close everybody out. I have a lot of fun talking to you guys. I literally love doing this. I hope you guys got some nuggets. There's a lot of people on here. Much respect to this community, everybody that's in here. We have some huge freaking things about to happen over the course of these next 3 months, into 6 months, into 5 months, and into 10 years, whatever. That doesn't even matter at this point. What's about to happen is going to be insane, but it only is going to happen for you. The new back office isn't going to change anything from your business if you don't work it. The new app isn't going to change anything for your business if you don't work it. So my advice to you is to get your vision tight, know what work you need to put in, and put that work in. Thank you all so much. See y'all soon. Holla at me.
Sheesh. Wow. Nuggets, so much value. Awesome, Donta. I really appreciate you throwing down on the call. Surprise guest, Mr. Sancho, came in and killed it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will wrap this thing up, get the recording up as soon as possible. Make sure to get your teams watching this if they were not on tonight. That's why we have the recordings, and that's why we upload them nice and organized into Vimeo. Check it out. Utilize the tools to hit your goals. Let's go, guys. Talk to you, everybody, soon.